Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Christina. If you're new here, hello. Today's video is going to be a quick resources video on Adalo. So if you're new and you're trying to learn how to build an app on Adalo, then this video should be helpful in terms of helping you figure out resources and workflows and how you can work through problems when you're building your app, or at least learning to build your app. So the first thing that you'll see on the screen right now is the Adalo Resources page, and it's run by Adalo themselves, and it's split into these sections right here. So getting started, design, screens and components, database, actions, publishing apps, videos, tutorials, integrations, FAQs, troubleshooting, and glossary. So the very first four are the ones that you're going to spend the most time in, not counting this one. Like I would assume this one is like chapter 0, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the first four that you'll use the most when you're first starting out, learning how to build your app. Then publishing apps is for when you are ready to publish them to, let's say, PWA, so Progressive Web App. When you're ready to upload them to either the iOS store or the Android store, so the Google Play Store, that's when you'll use this section. And I would have to say this is one of the most well-written tutorial sections. It was so helpful. All you have to do is literally follow the directions to the T, and then you'll be able to publish your apps. Now, I have to say, a quick caveat, at the time of recording this video and making this video, right now there is a bit of a discrepancy between the way Adalo exports the iOS app versus the way Apple is accepting how these apps are bundled or coded, apparently. So that's basically preventing us from publishing to Apple. But tech support is well aware of this, and they're working on this. So the very first thing that you would check is this documentation when you are stuck on something. And if you still can't figure it out, then I highly recommend joining the Adalo Forum. This is one of the most useful forums I've ever used in terms of a platform, and everyone here is super helpful. What I like to also use this forum for is if there is an error in our app, then I'll come in and check to see if other people have logged it as well, so I can see if it's a system-wide or platform-wide thing, or is it just specific to my own app. And you'll get a lot of searches where its previous issues have been kind of resolved, and then you can figure out how to kind of address that with whatever people have kind of submitted. So like for me, if I have an issue and we find a solution, I'll probably come back and write down the way to address the issue so that other people in the future, when they come to see the post, can kind of figure out how to resolve their own issues just by kind of what I record in my post. So that's a way to use the Adalo Forum. Super helpful, super engaged community here. And then if you are having a bug, so something that definitely is a tech support question, then coming down here and clicking on submit a support ticket will help you kind of get connected to, of course, tech support within Adalo, and they'll be able to review anything that's going on within your app. And then here is just a little quick side resources as well. You can see here if the feature that you want is not real yet, but you can submit a feature. So if you are in the process of building something and you think, gee, that would be really helpful, you can come here and see if it's in progress or if somebody has already submitted that as an idea, and then upload that so the team at Adalo knows that that's something that they should definitely develop. And then once they have that, you can use it on your app once it's been released. So this is another helpful tidbit, but I didn't use this as much as these two when I was starting out. So the Adalo Resources and the Adalo Forum. And when you're first starting out, you're going to have a lot of questions. So a few of the channels that you can follow or reference are obviously the Adalo channel on YouTube. So this is run by Adalo, and it's half and half tutorials and half them marketing their new features. But I find the tutorials very helpful in terms of explaining how to do the most basic transactions or interactions or integrations. So this is definitely a page that you can check out. Then if you come to Adalo this guy has a lot of great tutorials on how to do simple things on Adalo. He's very thorough in the way he explains things, so I would watch a lot of his videos before I got started, and it was helpful. And then Patrick Ford works for Adalo, or at least he did before, on their content team, so he's made a lot of videos as well for Adalo and how to work around some issues. One of the series of videos that he's made that I found really helpful is the common mistakes series. So these 3 right here, he talks about what are the most commonly made mistakes on Adalo, and then going through these kind of resolves, I think, 75% of the issues that you might have on Adalo when you're trying to get it to work. And then, of course, a shameless plug. If you haven't seen my own video on how to get started with Adalo, I have a video, and it basically walks you through the builder. So the first thing that you see when you log into Adalo, and it walks you through how to use the Adalo builder, and then also showing you an example of an app that has been built at the time of the recording of this video. So that is that. And then a quick tip is, if you're building something and you need a feature, you literally type in what you're trying to do in Adalo, and there's a bunch of these little videos that you can look at and reference for what you're trying to do. So if you are stuck, there's generally a YouTube video there to help you in terms of figuring out what you're trying to do. So there you have it, some quick resources. Of course, again, I highly recommend getting started, the Adalo Resources page, the forum, and then the ticket. Of course, all these YouTube channels if you are interested in learning more about Adalo. Okay, that's it for today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.